Welcome back. Linking words 8. Number 1. To organize the text. These are expressions or linking words to organize the text. Number 1. Initially, at the beginning. Example number one. More people had been infected than was initially thought. Another example, he was initially reluctant to join the project. Number 2. First. Happening or coming before all other similar things or people. For example, I didn't take the first bus. First, I had to decide what to wear. Number 3, first of all. Before doing anything else or at the beginning. For example, first of all, let me ask you something. Another example, first of all, let's gather all the necessary materials before we start the project. Number 4, at first means at or in the beginning. For example, at first, I thought he was shy, but then I discovered he was just not interested in other people. Another example, I didn't like the job much at first. Number 5, to begin or start with. At first, I found it tiring to begin with, but I soon got used to it. Another example, we have a dialogue here, A and B. What was it you didn't like? Well, to begin with, our room was for too small. Number 6, second, after one other person or thing in order or importance. For example, she did it first because she wanted to, and second because I asked her to. Number 7, secondly. Secondly means to introduce the second of a list. For example, firstly, it's expensive, and secondly, it's too slow. Another example, first of all, there's no time to do all this, and secondly, it's the wrong thing to be doing anyway. Number 8, after this or that means later in time or afterwards. For example, after this introductory session, we will move on to the more advanced topic in our training program. Number 9, afterwards. At the later time, after an event that has already mentioned. For example, let's go now and eat afterwards. Another example, John finished his work presentation and afterwards he treated himself to a relaxing evening at home. The last one, then, to introduce the next item in a series of actions, events, instructions, etc. For example, first cook the onions, then add the mushrooms. Another example, I took a week's vacation, then went back to Ohio.